Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I'm your go-to mediator for navigating divorce while parenting children with special needs. I'm also a registered legal document assistant, LDA, based in Greater Los Angeles area. Do you really need a parenting plan? Why, yes, you do. And here is why. Do you want peace in your life? Do you want to go through your divorce and then keep rehashing old arguments? Do you want to continue in conflict with your co-parent? No. This is why you need a parenting plan. Let me calm myself down a little bit. Okay. A parenting plan is really, really important. And it's something that you should be including in your final judgment. Some people will put, we're going to agree to agree. Good luck with that. That's just dumb. Because no one is just always going to agree. No one. How do I say this? This is how you prevent future conflict. This parenting plan is how you prevent future conflict, because you are dictating what is going to happen. It's your roadmap of what we're going to do post-divorce. If we're just agreeing to agree, then there's a lot of nebulous there. And things that are unclear lead to miscommunication, forgotten details. I didn't say that. You have no proof that I promised to do that. And you don't. Okay? A written plan brings clarity. And with clarity comes safety, because you know what to expect. You can kind of let that guard drop a little bit, like, okay, I'm safe now. We've got this plan. This is going to happen. Your ex may throw a monkey wrench in there. They might. And so then I want you to just default to the plan. If you don't like their monkey wrench, be like, no, that's not what our plan says. It creates consistency. Your child needs to know when they're going where and who and whatever is happening. They need to know. It needs to be predictable. It shouldn't just be based on your mood or your co-parent's mood. Obviously, things come up. There's vacations, there's parties, there's trips. Family comes to town. There's work obligations. Those are the exception, not the rule. Those aren't the norm. And it's protection for you. It should be enforceable. If you have a parenting agreement and your co-parent is not taking the kid, 90% of their parenting time, they're leaving the kids with you, well, then you can go back to court or mediation or whatever and rewrite that parenting plan, rewrite that custodial exchange, update child support amount. It creates protection for you. If they are not fulfilling their legal obligations of splitting certain things or paying support, it's right there in your plan. It's enforceable. Some things you can't really enforce, like they're not going to meet your new girlfriend until you're engaged. Okay, probably that's nebulous. Probably can't enforce it, but you can put it in there if that's something you agree to. People are far more likely to stick to agreements that they made together than when something that has been placed upon them, like a judge has placed upon them. So what you should include in your parenting plan at the very basic is your timeshare, Monday through Sunday, weekdays, weekends, summertime, okay, vacation time, holidays. That is bare minimum. I got people who don't even want to talk about that. And then the next thing you know, 6 months, 12 months later, the cops are being called because this isn't your parenting time. But the parenting time was never clear. And actually the other parent is preventing that parent from parenting. This is because they didn't want to deal with that during their divorce and they just wanted to be done. Was it helpful for those children to see the cops being called on their father? No. They didn't want to deal with that in mediation. Ooh, makes me mad. Some people need to have transportation logistics of who's picking up the child. If you're in the greater Los Angeles area, you can be on two sides of the county and it's a two-hour drive. Like how are we getting them to school? What are we doing, right? What are we doing? Decision-making authority. Who handles these decisions about education, about medical, about religion? Some people don't address these and some people do. You need to know that if you do not address them, it's joint. If you don't say them, it's you guys have to make these decisions together. Communication rules. How are you going to communicate with the kids? Are they going to call your kids every night at like 10 o'clock at night to say goodnight when the kids should already be in bed? Are they going to call in the middle of family events? Is it disruptive? So having some guidelines around that, because sometimes when kids are really little, having a constant communication from the other parent with the child, with the parent who's not there, can really be disruptive to you as a parent, because you feel like, oh my God, they're invading my space with my kid, and to the kid because now they miss daddy, now they miss mommy. It can be disruptive. So really think about, what would I like? What do my kids need? And how can I give that to my co-parent? And vice versa. Your co-parent doesn't need to be calling your kid 3 times a day. No. Okay. Expenses. How are these going to be split? How are these, who's paying for health insurance? How are the kids being claimed on the taxes? What about uninsured medical costs? What about extracurricular activities, tuition, all these things? What are you going to agree about those? How are these going to be split? And then if your child has special needs, how are we going to make sure that they're okay? What are our consistency? What routines are we following? How are we changing therapists? What equipment do they need? How do we maintain consistency for our child? Having a parenting plan prevents future conflict, okay? Because your life is changing, your kids are growing, they are changing, their needs are going to change. So you have this plan to fall back on. And if you need to change the plan, great, change the plan. If you are using the plan religiously and then your co-parenting relationship gets better and you deviate from the plan a little bit, but it works for your child and then you're able to work off, that's fine. That's fine. This is still your default though. If you need to go back to it, it's still your default. But you really want to think about, how do we work on this plan and how do we use this plan to make sure that our child's needs are consistent and they're met. It acts as a buffer, okay? You can't just unilaterally change the school. Or if you've got multiple boyfriends, that's not a safe environment for them to be spending the night at the house when our kids are there. No. What are you doing in an emergency? How are we communicating these things? If you have it spelled out in your plan, then this is your guide. And it leaves out ambiguity. It creates safety for you because you know what to expect. And when you feel safe, your child feels safe. When you have a clear plan, it becomes predictable. Your child feels safe with predictability. So I created a parenting plan checklist. So there's a link below if you want to schedule a call with me, but there's also a link if you want to download this checklist. I was showing it to one of my PTA moms at the end of the school year. And she's like, oh, my friend's going through a divorce. They're pretty much done, but I'm going to share this with her. And I was like, if they're done, like they don't need this. She said, but I'm looking at this plan and there are things in your checklist that she didn't even consider including in her parenting plan. She needs to see this. Okay, so click that link, download that parenting plan checklist. It'll take you to a little thing. You have to put your email address in. Get the checklist. It'll come out as a Google Doc. And it will ask you to make a copy. This is so then you can mark it up. You can write there. You can check off the little check boxes. You can make things bigger. You can make things smaller. It's not a PDF because it should be alive. You should be able to mark things up in there. Download that. If this video is useful, please like or subscribe or share it. If you got a friend who's experiencing this, maybe it's your adult child who's going through a divorce, please share this with them. Schedule a call. I'm here to support. I'm here to help you walk through this. You are going to be okay. Your job as a parent is to keep your child at the center, not in the middle, at the center, and take care of their needs the best you can. And when you're not sure what to do, ask for help. You're going to be okay. Your kids are going to be okay. You are going to get through this. Hang in there.